campanha. Vamos dar um... iniciar a história aqui. Durante a campanha, seus registros e todos os itens objetivos serão salvos. Eu sei que eu já zerei já. Para liberar o modo Ace, modo As, tem que zerar pelo menos uma vez.
Does the color of the sky mean anything special to you? It does to me. A hell of a lot. When I close my eyes, the sky in my dreams is a deep, dark blue. Pilots have been in my family for 4 generations. Flying's in my DNA. Even so, my grandpa didn't want me joining the Air Force. He lost faith in the ocean air defense the day my dad died in battle.
You know, Abby, I wish you could see what it's like up there. Cruising above the clouds, the dark blue of the stratosphere. Nothing beats being at the controls and seeing it from the cockpit. Look here.
Gramps tossed a magazine over to me with an article. Unmanned fighters are no longer a dream, it read. Pilots taking to the skies will soon be a distant memory.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
Know what? Lying smack dab in the middle of the desert west of here, there's a bunch of planes from the last war. Some of them have been mothballed, but most of them are just rusted piles of junk waiting to be scrapped. Gramps was really good friends with the super there, so he got to take whatever he wanted, no questions asked. That's how we got the parts to build our own plane. Now, when I say we, I mean me, my grandpa, and his old war buddies. I cut my teeth working with those geezers. They taught me their skills and some dirty jokes. But with their aging eyeballs and whatnot, I ended up having to do most of the work myself. I was at the airstrip doing some flight training when I saw it. A prototype drone. It wasn't much of a plane, more of a trash can with wings.
Laugh at it all you want, kid. But technology's always changing. If you don't keep up with it, it'll leave your ass behind.
It took 6 years and 8 months to get that engine running. And it took us another 1.5 years after that to finally get the balance of the airframe just right. I'd gone from being a little girl to, well, still a girl, just older. But now, I was all alone. Wherever the souls of my Gramps and his pals are flying, I hope it's peaceful. Then, finally, I was ready to break the sound barrier. All this plane could do was take off, accelerate, and fly up.
Tá meio alto.
So, I flew up. Straight up. Through the clouds. Higher into the sky. Dark blue. I could almost touch it. Then I saw OCS fighters. They were tailing something. A drone. They were going full out chasing that thing. Doing 30 Gs at least. Damn, I've never seen anything move that fast. It had a rose painted on it. The Erusian emblem. But that country's a whole continent away from here.
Right. You should have been where your best would be, you piece of junk. Should have built a return too.
Charge Assault Mission 1.
Is everyone here? Settle down.
Bora ver o briefing.
Said settle down. You have all been instrumental in helping to maintain peace in Seja as members of the International Union Peacekeeping Force. Until today. Earlier, our radar site informed us that a group of unidentified aircraft was approaching. Communication systems went down immediately afterwards. We are led to conclude that they have attacked the site. Here's your mission. It's possible that the Seja ceasefire agreement has been broken for the first time in over a decade. As of today, the Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron of the IUPF has been put on high alert. All members who have been ordered to sortie, fly there immediately. Find the unidentified craft, then use your weapons to round them up and force them to land. If the hostiles counterattack, then you will...
What the hell was that? There's smoke! We're under attack. Numerous unidentified aircraft confirmed overhead. What? How is that possible?
The tank farm to the north has been bombed.
Many injured.
Scramble, all units, take off and eliminate the unidentified craft attacking the base. This is not a drill.
Vambora. Bora. Só pra estourar os bombardeiros. Cadê a minha árvore de naves? Eu tenho tudo. Mas só quero ver os primeiros caças que tem disponível. Tem um F-16, F-14, F-2. F-4 é de DLC. Os caças de DLC eu não vou jogar. Não vou jogar nenhum de DLC. Eu vou só com as caças que tem na árvore, no jogo mesmo. Então bora de F-16 primeiro. Eu vou deixar os equipamentos, já que eu tô jogando no Ace, eu vou deixar os equipamentos do jeito que tá, do jeito que eu já tinha equipado, porque como é o modo mais difícil do jogo, que não impede nada, não muda muita coisa não. Como é missão AR, então eu vou colocar esses RR, que é missão short range, né? Isso aqui, segue, vamos botar esse aqui. Vou botar uma skinzinha também. Na real, vou botar uma skinzinha padrão, é da Ustia, né? Esse da Ustia, né? No começo do jogo é Ustia. Esse aqui também não faz muda nada na história. Muda sim, mas o Trigger, né? Que é o protagonista, então a skin muda dependendo da missão. Deixa eu só... eu preciso ver como é que vai estar o HUD. Onde é que eu vou colocar a câmera? Porque tem informação pra todo lado no cockpit.
Mage Squadron, aircraft preparations complete. Stand by at the front.
Então, bora ver como é que vai ser. Tá alto, meio alto o jogo. Vou deixar assim, não sei se tá muito alto ou muito baixo.
Radar site still silent. Scramble. Get those birds in the sky. We're sitting ducks. What's happening? Bombers incoming. Don't know how many.
O meu emblema, eu tenho que tirar.
Mage Squadron, head to runway.
Eu tenho que tirar esse emblema.
Column Squadron, take off. Link to Skykeeper. Hurry, Mage Squadron.
Deixa eu só ver como é que vai ficar minha câmera aqui. Tá, vamos deixar ali em cima por enquanto. Provavelmente vou dar umas travadinhas porque faz tempo que eu não abro o jogo. Realmente tá bem alto, deixa eu dar uma baixadinha. Ui, vai dar as travadinhas que eu falei. Eu vou ter que mudar essa câmera aqui, calma lá. Lá aparece as fotos dos outros pilotos. Vou duplicar isso aqui, vou colocar um outro nome. Deixa isso aqui. E aí a gente... cadê? Câmera. Acho que isso daqui eu posso Tá mais ou menos pra cá. Deixa eu ver se...
Time to stop the bullshit.
Acho que aqui tá bom.
Mage 2, form up with Mage 1. All aircraft, let's do this. Golden
Ainda
Squadron,
tá
it's go time.
Roger that.
Se preparar, mano. É o começo, então não vai fazer muita diferença. Vou matar esses caras rápido mesmo. Só descer só um piquezinho. Eu acho que aqui tá bom. Acho que aqui tá bom. Deixa aqui, vai.
Take down all unidentified bombers. They don't have many escorts. They hit our radars hard in the last attack. Expect the worst and stay sharp.
Wilco.
Faz tempo que eu não jogo, hein?
I'm your wingman.
Vamos ver se
Fly
você
with
pilotar
me now.
ainda.
That's what it means to be in an element. You gotta keep an eye out for enemy bombers.
Agora eu tô sentindo o volume um pouco baixo. Coloca 3.5, olha o deixo no Forza.
Okay, here we go. Looks like bombers have been located.
Então vocês
Showtime,
quatro mesmo,
Trigger. Let's
foda-se.
see if you can handle the spotlight.
Travou? Jogo?
Miss. That's a miss.
Fiz nada.
Enemy
Deu
bomber
certo.
confirmed down. Good job, Mage 2.
Not bad, Mage 2. Trigger, switch your radar. See if you can locate the enemy. There it is, sitting there all pretty.
Ainda o
Just
jogo tá
waiting to be
ensinando,
taken.
ensinando. No caso eu já sei. Mas faz muito tempo que eu não jogo, então... Tô voltando da aposentadoria.
They're way overhead. Let's go introduce ourselves.
Harbor fuel storage is intact. It's asking for another round. All escorts roll up for another attack. Point is 835.
Watch out for the support aircraft.
Faz um negócio diferente.
Target is hit.
Vamos pegar esses pequenos aqui primeiro. Fazer um dogfightzinho. Só pra me lembrar como faz isso aqui. Vai ficar desconectando mesmo?
Enemy support eliminated. This should make the job easier. Destroy the target. Target confirmed down. Looking good, Mage 2. Mage 2, target's in range. Pair of bombers.
Trigger, stay calm. You got this. I know the kid's shown some promise, but let's remember, he's still barely gotten his feet wet.
São três bombers.
Trigger, don't forget your special weapon.
Entrando no alcance, bora. Criadinho.
Warning, bandit!
Os bombers.
That's it. It's great when it's simple.
Enemy bomber down. Nice going, Mage 2.
Not too shabby, Mage 2. But you still got a long way to go, kid. I'll give you some pointers back at base if you can make it in one piece. Skykeeper, this is Mage 1, over. Tally 2
Pra
bandits.
lá.
Copy that. It's a bomber and an escort.
Oh, there, Trigger, settle down. Mage 2, maintain your element with Mage 1. Do not break off. Mage 1, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Wilco. Golem 2, let's maintain element.
Esse controle tá muito ruim. Muito ruim. Se eu desconectar.
Radio.
Pô, essas nuvens.
Golem, Mage, 2 new enemy crews.
Eita, foi os dois? Ah, então...
This is HQ.
Se
Attention
não
all
me engano, aquele
combat
caça ele
groups.
dá skin. Vai atrás
30
dele,
drones.
depois.
Verified. Drones? Are you kidding me right now? Jesus, this is the kind of shit that really chaps my ass. UAVs. I can't tell them apart.
E 4 misses.
Warning, enemy in your 6.
Missile away.
Nossa, o cara é bom.
Missile connected.
Mas não o suficiente. Tem outro bomber ali. Tem mais 4 aqui. Bora pegar esses 4 aqui primeiro. Eu só tenho 2 mísseis especiais. Bora pro outro. Os outros, né? Pro outro, no caso. Porque é muito caça também. Não sei se eu vou dar pra fight com eles, não. Não aparece mira, não aparece alvo.
Harbor facilities and carrier destroyed. I'd call that mission accomplished. We've still got half our baggage. Empty in over the hangars and runways.
H2 bandit confirmed down.
They can burn with their whole payload.
Fox 2. One remaining.
H2, keep your focus.
Não é ignorado
You
nesse
got this.
aqui.
Enemy's got a lock.
Porque o outro tá muito perto do alvo.
Hesitating for a split second could be the difference between life and death. Stay sharp, think fast.
Roger that.
Ele foi enferrujado na minha tranca.
Bomber hit by a missile.
Mas...
To Gollum and Mage, job well done. All bombers are down. Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
Good going, Mage 2. Flight commander looks like he's got what it takes. Let's slow down. It's just one sortie. Don't try to be a hero.
sortie.
I want you to make it back in one piece, you hear?
Yeah, I gotta side with the boss man on this.
Gollum Squadron, this is HQ. Did you confirm any drones?
What's the deal with all the drones?
Gollum 1, return to base and report for debriefing.
I am Princess Rosa Cassette Delise, the Kingdom of Erusia.
Caution.
Citizens of Erusia.
Caution.
Oh, up. Primeira missão. Show de basta. Não sei se a câmera tá bem posicionada. Mas vou deixar aí mesmo, foda-se. Do outro lado tem muita informação.
We are currently assessing the damage to the base. We have confirmed that the aircraft carrier Albatross was sunk. We know the attacking bogies were from Erusia. International Union peacekeeping force bases all over the Yusian continent were attacked in the same way. The damage is severe. Many wars are lost by failing to recover from the opening blows. That means successfully retaliating was very important. You may have turned the tides of battle here. You have our thanks.
Mas falou. Essa tem uma ou mais skins do MiG-21. Eu nunca tinha pegado ela, na moral. Eu nunca tinha pegado ela. Agora tem skin pro MiG-21. Bora. Acho que vai ter cutscene agora, não sei. Já não. Deixa a mesma coisa, bora ver.
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing the territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on, I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Yusia, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Usea, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Ocean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Usian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Ocean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Usea was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oceans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Usians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Usea, paid for by the Oceans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer. In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Ocean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
I'm Princess Rosa Cassette Delise of the Kingdom of Erusia. Today, Ocean airstrikes have shattered the lives of countless Erusians. Their attacks practically leveled the school I went to. It is heartbreaking. Tragic.
I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Usian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out and set the dogs on me.
Oops. Charge the enemy.
Erusia has made a declaration to the Ocean Federation and all countries on the Yusian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advance element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Bora lá. Vai ser ar terra? Um pouco de ar terra, um pouco de ar. Acho que é isso mesmo. Bora, deixa eu ver a árvore já. Árvore de aeronaves novamente. Já vem com alguns caças já. Já vem um MiG-21, F-16, já vem. Já vem pronto já. F2. MiG-29. O inimigo eu queria ver o MiG. Esse aqui é do MiG-21. MiG-21? MiG-21. Isso aí. Bora. Bora de F-14. Pegar um ar-terra. Tem ar-terra, né? Que é bomba. Bora equipar a bomba mesmo. Então qual a skin? Skin de DLC. Bora botar a skin da Rússia. Tirar o emblema. Bora tirar o emblema. Não tem como tirar não? Deixar o padrão. Deixa o emblema. Nossa, mas tem até os emblemas do... Esse aqui é novo, de DLC. É da... The Idol Starlist Season. Que bosta, mano. Pô, podia ser os personagens de verdade do jogo. Surdy.
Mage Squadron, Surdy, ASAP.
Charge the enemy. Tá nublado.
Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep.
Intercept! Fire the AA! Get the radar vehicle out of there! We don't have any anti-air weaponry.
It's popping off now, Trigger. War has officially begun.
The anti-air radar vehicle has been destroyed! Go for the radar car!
They've got their anti-air guns aimed right at us.
Being attacked by enemy aircraft! We're using the containers now. Those weapons are meant for tactical flexibility.
Target destroyed. 5 to go.
Protect the radar vehicle!
Entendi como é que funciona essa bomba.
Request permission to move the vehicle!
Subida.
We can't wait any longer. We need interceptors now. What the hell do you mean the nearest airbase has got fire?
Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion. Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
We'll go. Here they come.
Esses fios, né? Porque quase invisível esses fios.
Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellite. It's reliable, so trust your radars. Trigger, there's one more to go.
Vou dar uma brincanagem com esses caras aqui. Só nuvem pra pagar mais. Acabou?
That was the last radar vehicle. Great work. Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out. Continue with the mission. Crush as many as you can.
Enemy transports are taxiing.
Move the enemy aircraft away from the base. It's mine.
Espaço. C-17, cara. Lembra disso.
Just worry about staying alive for now. Tem target no chão.
Page 2, walking.
Launch preparations complete. Bolts are free. Whenever you're ready. Stand clear 15 meters. UAV is ready to launch. Away.
Ah, não consegui destruir o C-17.
Multiple bogies on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
You're cleared to engage. They're probably hostile.
Judging by the way they look, they gotta be drones. Well spotted, clown. No doubt about it, we're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them. HQ, this is Golem 1. Bandits confirmed as UAVs. Repeat, bandits are drones.
Golem 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out.
It doesn't matter.
He's saying the war can change in an instant, you know?
Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit more warning.
Enemy UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah.
Golem Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya?
On target. Mage 2 is taking down an enemy. How many's that now?
Just 2 more.
Falta mais.
Don't try to read their movements.
Essa nuvem tá como?
Mage 2 is in the clouds.
A nuvem tá massa, hein?
Clouds are screwing up the accuracy.
One to go. Let's get through this without any casualties.
Missed.
Estende as asas.
The enemy knows a few moves, but that's about it. Just chase them down and pull the trigger.
Don't ice up in there.
The wings are iced up.
Where'd he go? Crap. The aircraft is icing up. I'm getting a warning.
Get out of the clouds. The ice will melt.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
Cara, muito bonito.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
Easy peasy.
You've given us air superiority by destroying their radar. The first barrier keeping us from retaking the space elevator is gone. Now is the time to group up and begin the counteroffensive. Let us reclaim what is ours.
Só. Total de recompensa até ter 1.000. Quem dera receber isso aí na vida real, hein? Eu não vi a árvore de aeronave. Project Strategy.
The surprise attacks carried out after the declaration of war saw the peacekeeping forces of various countries, including Osea, suffer major damage. The ships moored around the space elevator and near
tava no
Gandar
canto o tempo
Bay
inteiro a
have been hit
câmera. Agora que eu vi.
particularly hard.
Esqueci de trocar, foi mal.
Numerous ships have been sunk and abandoned. Fortunately, our cutting-edge aircraft carrier, Kestrel 2, was at sea, so it was spared from the attack. Kestrel 2 is now preparing to launch another attack against Erusia's capital, Parte. The aircraft carrier Vulture also managed to escape Gandar Bay safely. However, it lost all its aircraft, so it's sailing empty. Today, the International Union Peacekeeping Force reclaims its bid to the space elevator. The Fort Gray's Island Air Base Squadron will rendezvous with the carrier Vulture for a joint mission. The first objective will be to seize air superiority in Schoppenberg in order to secure a route for the support squadrons. The enemy maintains air superiority over Schoppenberg, so expect heavy resistance from enemy aircraft. There's more, so listen carefully. Right from the start of the war, the enemy has been deploying drones. They're using a new advanced type of drone. The unmanned airborne aircraft carrier, the Arsenal Bird, carries this new drone, MQ-101. The Osean Army headed up the development of the massive Arsenal Birds and dispatched them to the space elevator to provide support. However, it's been reported that the carriers may have fallen into the hands of the Erusian forces. If that's true, it could be a significant obstacle for us.
Arsenal Bird.
We need to regain control of the space elevator ASAP. Good luck out there.
Beleza. Aparentemente é só ar, né? Então, bora ver a árvore antes. Eu fui com o F14 e eu tô pensando em com ele novamente. Eu vou com ele novamente. Passa bom. Eu já vou trocar a tela aqui. Precisar, né? Nossa. Esse segue. Qual que tem mais tela guiada? Esse tem mais tela guiada. Bora com esse. Eu já usei o outro. Eu já usei o outro antes já. Na primeira missão.
Mage Squadron, aircraft preparations complete.
30 accept. Parcialmente encoberto. Tem algumas nuvenzinhas.
Mage 2, begin takeoff sequence. You're cleared for launch.
Pode porta-aviões, vambora. Au.
Mage 2 is away. Mage 2, specified altitude reached. Restrictions lifted. Good luck.
Mage Squadron, this is the situation. Gollum and the other base's squadrons already joined forces and are engaged. You guys will arrive right in the middle of the action. Mage Squadron, eliminate all bandits in the current airspace. We have the upper hand, but that doesn't mean we can ease up. Good luck.
Ah, the turbulence.
Mage 1, Wilco. Mage 1 to Gollum 1, thank your lucky stars. Looking good, Mage Squadron. Keep up that pressure. Trigger time to show the other guys that we can wet wild and do dirty, dirty things. Once you hit one of them, stick to them like glue. Don't let them out of your sights, even in the clouds. And so, your first hunting season begins.
Mage 2, bandit down. Excellent work.
Enemy reinforcements. I don't like these odds. Grand 30, bailing out. Evading.
Oops.
Missile launched.
I've lost control. Careful, there's a real demon in there.
If you can't evade a missile, use chaff and flares. Your fingers should still move, even if you're in an IG turn.
They got me.
3 remaining.
Eject. Lock up now. We can't recover. We need reinforcements now. Where that flag is open.
Nice kill.
1 remaining. Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
I haven't broken a sweat.
Seems to be creative if we can fight stuff. A rabid dog would know better.
Missile incoming! Evade! Break! Break!
Wait, what the hell?
Caution! Missile!
Caution! A large aircraft is approaching. All aircraft, stay alert.
O homem. Menininho. Lenda. Eles falaram no briefing.
We just learned that Eruzia is utilizing the Arsenal bird. Those bastards. They had that thing combat ready this whole time.
Enemy has a radar lock. Break, now!
Nem rolou de usar os mísseis especiais, né?
We'll live through this, Trigger. These guys are definitely a step above the last drones.
Damn, they're agile. There's too many of them.
These guys will go down easy.
I can't get a read on these cannons. They're dodging everything I throw at them.
All aircraft. No change in game plan. Destroy the Arsenal bird.
Eu que deixo? Bora lá para essa conversa.
Golem Squadron, take out Big Baby Huey.
Segura, porque eu sou geracional.
Mage 2, walking. Skeleton 1 lost. Skeleton 2, take over command.
Gargoyle Squadron, this is Gargoyle 1. Skeleton Squadron needs help. The hell are we supposed to do?
Status?
Verifying the situation.
Golem 2, missile, evade!
Evading!
This is Golem 3, Golem 2's hit! Status report.
Ow.
Golem 2, do you copy?
This is Golem 2. Instruments still appear to be functioning okay.
Skeleton 3, break! Break!
Golem 3, Foot 2, Sicko!
We lost another friendly!
Skeleton 3's lost.
Coming! What's the plan?
Vamos flare.
Where's that report?
Continue to maintain air superiority.
HQ, what's happening?
Skykeeper, I repeat, maintain air superiority. How'd that happen?
What the hell?
Caution. All aircraft, stay alert.
Get out of there!
Breaking!
Quase pegou.
I'm breaking up!
Skeleton 2 lost.
We got incoming!
Nossa, eu
Skeleton
rebentei com
Squadron is
ele.
down. We've had too many losses. All squadrons, command has ordered a complete withdrawal. Leave the operation area immediately.
Brilliant observation. They knew this earlier, more of us would have survived to hear it.
Save your chatter for the debriefing.
Olá?
Golem and Mage Squadron, give our allies some time to
Vai
escape.
liberar mais não, né?
Muko, but Golem 2's hit. Gotta
Não vai
send her
liberar mais
back.
não.
Let's get dirty, Trigger.
Shoot down those UAVs. Don't let them touch any friendlies.
Golem 2, head back to base.
Gargoyle 1, escort Golem 2.
Continuing the mission. Still got my wings. Trigger doesn't need to feel anything. I'm back 9.
It won't make any difference up here. Get back to base and cool your head.
Copy that. Returning home.
Lock acquired.
Mage 2, UAV down.
No one in my sights.
Mage 2, missile away.
Mage 1 launching missile.
Retreating aircraft. Leave the AO. Allies will hold off pursuit. Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, hang in there and come back safe.
Yowza.
Vou ter que escoltar, né?
Don't think
Defender
focus.
eles.
That a boy, Mage 2. Just keep firing.
Mage 2, walking.
I'm spiked.
More UAVs spotted. Gargoyle Squadron, they might cut off your retreat.
My status is fine. Affirmative.
This is Gargoyle 1, leading Operation Airspace with Golem 2.
Retreating aircrafts, prepare for combat. It's a bogey. Gargoyle 1, Golem 2, engage now. Attack.
Mas que
One bandit.
trem chato.
Gargoyle 1. Caution! Missile!
É, gira mais aí, vai, cara.
Skykeeper. Gargoyle 1 lost.
What the hell? Golem 2, Status report. Just talk to me.
I'm against an SU-30. Twin tips. I can't shake it off. It's matching me move for move.
Golem 2, stop dogfighting and run.
Espera aí, tá chegando.
Get your asses out. Mage 2, UAV down. Pick it up, buddy.
Portrait aircraft. We'll let you take it easy next time.
Dead meat. I don't get it. Why isn't it opening fire? I'm scared.
Not good. Brody, break off. The enemy has a lock on you. He's mine. He's not getting away. Mage 2, missile in the air.
Main squadron still have their hotshot. We just might make it out. Don't look back. Just have faith. Call them in. Know he was dead. We'll pay it.
That's it, Trigger. They're machines. Don't show them any mercy.
An ally's hit. Golem and Mage, move in to provide support.
Let's move. They're out.
Nossa, entendeu?
A few seconds could mean life or death for them. Hurry up. I know.
Freia mais, live, freia mais.
Nice kill, Mage 2. Good job, Mage 2. We want as many guys out here as possible.
I'm grateful you're around.
Golem 2, what's your status? Status report.
He's a predator. The weak can eat.
Golem 2, get a hold of yourself. Golem 2, get away from the enemy.
Mage 2, support! Somebody! Support!
Golem 2, lost.
Shit. Skykeeper, where's the one that got Brownie?
I'm afraid he's long gone by now. Sorry.
Mage 2 is shooting on multiple UAVs. He's got them at bay. We owe him one. Main squadron, get those things off my ass.
Filho.
Mage 2, bandit on your tail. Tied up now. Trigger, can you help him? I'm iced up.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
That's it, baby. Come to Poppy.
Ah, legal. Isso é meu sonho.
Missiles depleted.
Ele carrega também.
Got a lock on them.
Mage 2, move to support. Other aircraft are in trouble.
Oi.
All UAVs have been splashed.
I said what I had to say. About what? Not a girl who'd retreat. Just not in her DNA. That was the right decision at the time. No, I should have never let a fledgling like her out of my reach to begin with.
Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, withdraw.
Pô, matei tudo, mano. Não era pra ter sobrado, não, hein?
Mage 2, we have you on radar. You are cleared for approach.
Ei, vamos estragar tudo agora pousando em quem? Porta-aviões?
Clear.
Fudeu.
Mage 2, you are cleared for landing. Lower your speed. Mage 2, bank right. 3,000 to carrier. Mage 2, lower your nose. You're too high.
Eu sei que eu estou alto, relaxa.
1,500 to carrier.
texto alto, estou rápido.
Perfect, Mage 2. I knew you'd be back. Now return to base.
Foi meio feio. Eu devia ter ido mais devagar.
Unfortunately, the two-front offensive was a failure. The aircraft carrier Kestrel II was sunk during the attack on Farbanti. Carrier-borne aircraft mistakenly bombed urban areas, and this has turned public opinion in neutral countries against us. Our own forces also suffered heavy losses. If it weren't for a few extraordinary fighters, many of us wouldn't have made it home. The situation is grim. We have precious little time, however. We have to get to the space elevator.
Bora. Deixa eu ter cutscene.
Here he comes. Mihai's looking worse. Thank God he has his granddaughters here to help him out. They're sisters, 15 and 10. Engaging the enemy in combat so we could use his physiological data to improve the drones had always taken a toll on Mihai's body. But today, he was really showing his age. The drones we based on his data were being taken down at a faster rate now compared to when the war began. When Mihai found that out, he insisted on flying to the front lines to see it for himself. Sometimes he could be so stubborn. His age wasn't the only thing affecting his health. Over the years, flying at high altitudes for prolonged stretches of time had ravaged and poisoned his body. But he was a man of grit. Today, after 28 years, he saw combat again. If his flight suit still wasn't good enough to protect him, I can't imagine how many G's he hit today during the battle. As a pilot, he exceeds all our expectations. It's going to take a bit more tweaking before our drones can match his skill.
Melhorar o CGI? Será? Sempre foi bom. Sempre foi muito bom.
How penal is this penal unit, you ask? This place is a shithole. If you took the stink of all the corruption in the world, then corralled it all in one place, that would give you a pretty good idea of what the air smells like around here. We got all kinds of critters, too. Everything from flea-ridden guards, rabid dogs, and a mechanic doing the stretch for life. I can't forget the rats. Yeah, we got those. And some pilots who got their wings clipped, too. One's a great pilot, but a lousy thief. One's a gambler with no luck. And one's an anarchist with no balls. Their job here was to rev the engines on the fake runways. The idea was for Aruja's spy satellite to pick up the heat sig. Even though there weren't any real fighters here, it looked like it on their infrared. I bet you're wondering, if Aruja lost the war, how come they still have a spy satellite? Because someone over there was smart enough to train a bunch of computer nerds to hack into half of Osia's satellites. That's how come. Every now and again, I'd try to bust out. And every single time, those damn dogs would drag me right back. When I was in my cell, I'd hear this voice coming from the guards room. It was the Arusian princess rallying her people on the Arusian national broadcast. All us prisoners had become big fans of hers. You want to hear something funny? The guards were big fans too. I swear to God, every time she was on the air, they'd turn up the volume on the radio and sit there listening. I could see how someone like her could win the hearts and minds of soldiers and workers alike. When the princess said something, you could tell she meant every word. Lately, she'd been having more fun with her speeches, and that made her seem even more charming. You could say her charm was like a virus. Whenever she'd point out stuff that was wrong with Osia, the prisoners in here went nuts. Hell, if anyone knew how messed up Osia was, it was the prisoners. They'd shout, "Burn Osia down." No way am I just gonna sit here and rot away in this hellhole. Dark blue. Instead of building fake-ass planes to trick Erusea, I'm gonna build one that'll really take off. You can count on that.
Tá, Skill.
As proved by the failure of our previous strategy, the Arsenal birds have bolstered the enemy's anti-air network. This will be difficult to overcome. However, we still need to get swiftly to the space elevator no matter what it takes. Someone there is counting on us. The hero of the Circum-Pacific War and the man who spearheaded the construction of the space elevator. Osea's former president, Mr. Harling. Mr. Harling was inspecting the elevator when the war broke out. He's been classified as missing since the elevator was taken over by the Erusian forces. However, according to the latest intel, a military officer accompanying Mr. Harling hid him inside the facility. Both are waiting for a chance to escape. Enemy anti-air radar network has been set up around the space elevator. It's likely a large squadron would be detected. We will send a single aircraft through the network and send in a rescue team soon after. A number of anti-air radars have been set up around the space elevator. However, our reconnaissance suggests their network is weakest along the southeastern coast of Selatapura, so we can elude the enemy's observation. There are a lot of rain clouds this time of year. Flying through the clouds will enable us to stay hidden from their radar. If you happen to be detected by their radar, we will be forced to abort the mission. The lone pilot will head up this strategy as you, Trigger. After you bust through, secure the rescue craft's landing zone by taking out the anti-air weapons. Gollum and others will arrive shortly for support.
Ou seja, eu
Provide
tenho que
escort
passar
for
primeiro.
Mr. Harling's craft after rendezvous. Good luck out there, everyone.
Bora. Deixa eu já trocar a tela pra não esquecer depois. Árvore de... Não sei falar, velho. Árvore de aeronave. Ah, bora com um F-18 dessa vez. Bora pegar um F-18. Bora de ar, né? Bora de ar. Vou colocar a skin da Úlcia mesmo? Ou Erusea? Eu não lembro qual skin que eu... Acho que é Úlcia.
Entering operation area. Imposing radio silence. We'll radio you, but you are not permitted to make contact.
O emblema que eu deixei, véi.
If you're spotted, the mission is over. Stay out of enemy radar. Use of weaponry is also strictly forbidden. Okay, you're heading up the Harling rescue mission. The success of this mission depends on you. Good luck.
Good luck. Pesadinho, hein? Esse mapa. Meu PC dando uma chiadinha. Eu quase peguei na borda da caixa.
Trigger, you're a third of the way to the rendezvous point. Good job, but stay focused.
F-18 é muito manobrável, mano. Eu gosto disso.
Are we under attack?
No.
No change.
Trigger, you got two directions you can take up here. Just go with your gut. Don't worry, we're watching over you.
Tem um... Nossa, tem um caminho muito... Eu arrisco? Foda-se, bora. Bora por aqui.
progress, Trigger. You're currently halfway to your rendezvous.
Será? Será que consigo?
Look, I'm not gonna lie. It's just gonna be you and your radar out there. Just know you got a bunch of people pulling for you. And I'm one of them. You're 3/4 of the way. Been a long fight, but you're nearly home.
Era direitinho, né?
Harling is still the president in my eyes. He ended the war, built the space elevator, launched a
Tem
spaceship.
outro ali, mas eu não vou arriscar mais não.
Despite his success,
Não vou arriscar mais não. É muito estreito, muito estreito.
I'll do my best to save him. Lend me a hand, Trigger.
Relaxa. Vai salvar o ex-presidente. Pode ficar tranquilo.
Rendezvous point dead ahead. Hang in there. Trigger, the first stage of the mission is clear. Don't celebrate yet. The real fight's about to get started.
Tá muito bonito,
Radio
cara.
silence is now lifted. The auxiliary craft will be arriving shortly. Destroy the anti-air around the space elevator. We're securing Sea Goblin's landing zone. Page 2, target destroyed. Missile launched. Page 2, target down. Half of the anti-air guns down. Target destruction confirmed. Half of the SAM sites are down.
Trigger, sorry about the wait. Cavalry's here.
A galera é mais inútil que essa.
Trigger, jump through the fire. Now it's our turn.
Understood.
Gargoyle Squadron, stay focused. You all know your job.
All aircraft, eliminate the enemy before they can respond.
Mais um ali do outro
Sea
lado.
Goblin will arrive shortly. Eliminate hostile anti-air before then. All SAM sites down. All anti-air guns destroyed. The landing zone is secure. Sea Goblin, you're cleared to land.
Roger.
Pesado esse mapa, hein? Tô no máximo, tô no máximo do máximo.
Multiple bandits over Selatapura Harbor. They're container-launched UAVs.
Seeing up here, going up to meet up 2 VIPs.
Rescue craft tagged on. Initiate.
Rescue craft on the ground is defenseless. Gollum and Mage, destroy all hostiles.
It's been a long journey, but you're on the home stretch.
Gargoyle will stand by near the space elevator.
Sea Goblin, heading over to the Express's location now. Run for the container!
Page 2, locked.
Missile coming! Break! Break! Yeah, Mage 2 destroy the target.
Se o cara tá um pouco manobrado assim, ó, fica coisa pra ser mais.
Fire from the far shore! They're targeting us! Get behind the chopper!
Isso, lança flare.
Return fire! Sierra 2, hold position! We're cut off! Taking fire! Get down! Shoot back! Express identified! Behind the gantry crane! Mr. Harling, stay right there! Jacob's been hit! Incoming rocket!
Tá pesado esse. Já vamos detonar os outros containers já.
Sea Goblin, all survivors, respond. Is Mr. Harling alive?
Missile.
Eliminate all enemy UAVs. Don't let up.
Não foi, caralho.
Chopper and Sierra 2!
Missile.
That was thermal barracks!
UAVs approaching the space elevator. Stop them.
This is Colonel Johnson. Do you copy? I am with President Harling. Rescue unit down, along with the soldier who had this radio. Let's get Mr. Harling out of here.
Sir, we feel the same way. We'll figure something out.
Oh yeah, all mine.
Bom. Eu acho que eu tô apontando pro chão. Tô mesmo.
That's about half. Bump up the rest.
Coloca nesse seu rato selecionado.
His engines are on.
I heard you were in the Air Force, Colonel. Flag?
Better than Mr. Harling. He has a lock on you.
It'll do. Three remaining. All squadrons be advised. The call sign is Mother Goose 1. I've sent the information in the data link.
Mother Goose 1? That's the best you can come up with?
Deus, obrigado. Quem que matou no meu lugar?
Locked.
Isso é doido. Ah, que não. Eita, estou aí.
One remaining.
Mas. Tem sim. Estão lá na frente. Que ninguém consegue matar.
All UAVs have been splashed. All aircraft. Former President Harling's transport is ready to take off. Mother Goose 1, take off.
Mother Goose 1.
Mother Goose 1 taking off.
Let's wait till we're home safe. Mage Squadron, Mother Goose 1 is heading south. Provide support. 5 minutes remaining.
Beleza, no problema.
Skykeeper, bogeys on my radar. Bearing 220.
Sighting confirmed as MQ-101, forerunner for Arsenal Bird.
The big bird is coming, huh?
Mage, protect Mother Goose 1. Shoot down any UAVs. Gollum, intercept the UAVs.
Golem 1 will kill. That last battle taught me a lot about those a-holes.
Knock her.
Golem 2, don't stray off on me. Always maintain element. Wilco, forming up.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
Following me, eh?
Roger. Golem 2, evade transport. Orders are to fire warnings. Yes, sir. He's an old-timer.
Bosta.
No clue how UAVs are used.
Mother Goose 1, UAV on your tail. Take evasive action.
I hear you. But this isn't exactly a fight.
Understood. An Arsenal Bird is on its way. Strategic AI chose liberty over justice. Courses have already changed.
Praticamente tá suave. Só tinha dois só. Isso é muito bom, cara. Gostei.
That ship isn't one of ours. Gargoyle, change radio frequency.
Chronicles 1 here. We're about to leave the airspace. Keep your fingers crossed.
Gargoyle, it's time. Attention, Gargoyle Squadron, Babel, Babel, Babel.
Ah, tem que falar em volta.
Gargoyle 3 to Babel. Babel, roger.
Fazer 14.
Skykeeper, what the hell was that?
Gargoyle did their job.
Figured, but why weren't we informed? The IUN can't coordinate between branches as usual. Gargoyle Squadron, report.
HQ, one hit was scored. The rest were intercepted by UAV. The elevator's wind break doesn't crash. Nothing more.
Cara, mas durante eu faço parando.
Continue to maintain air superiority. Column 1, enemy on your tail. Mother Goose 1 hit.
Mother Goose 1 has been hit. Colonel Johnson, respond. Mage Squadron, assess the situation.
This is Mage 1. I have Mother Goose 1 in my sight. The cabin's fine, but the cockpit's not looking so good.
Colonel Johnson, are you okay?
Don't worry about me. Just send help this way. I'm sorry. Get Mr. Harley. Please.
Mother Goose 1, respond. Mother Goose 1.
Skykeeper, should we continue providing cover for Mother Goose 1?
Of course.
I'm breathing down my neck. Lock acquired.
Mother Goose 1 is turning. What's going on? They're heading to the space elevator.
It's flying at a steady altitude. Who's in control?
It's not the Colonel. Mr. Harling's the only one on board. Mother Goose 1, respond. Mr. Harling, please respond.
Acelera.
We can't protect our objective if it sticks around here. Now's not the time to freak out, fellas. We've still got a job to do, so let's do it. Keep your mind focused.
Mr. Harling, we are not giving up on you. The UAVs are approaching Mother Goose 1.
Let's go, Trigger.
Take him down now, Mage Squadron. 1 minute remaining. Mage 2, locked. Mother Goose 1, turn 180 degrees and exit combat airspace. Mother Goose 1, Mr. Harlan, are you piloting that plane?
Arsenal Bird Liberty, passing waypoint 2.
The UAVs are continuing their attack.
They're obsessed with that transport.
UAVs launched from Arsenal Bird Liberty, heading toward the A.
Mate 2, Mate 2.
Oh my god, Mother Goose 1 has been shot down.
Where'd the missile come from?
Mage 2 fired that.
It was Ocean. A friendly missile hit him.
Verifying the situation. Stop speculating.
Friendly fire. I saw it.
Mother Goose 1 exploded in air. No one could have survived.
Looks like it tried to protect the elevator. Erusian bastards, they just killed a hero.
Mage 1. Was it Trigger? Trigger was the closest. UAVs were crawling all over our objective. I told you to keep a goddamn eye on the hatchling. It must have been a mistake.
Arsenal Bird is entering. All aircraft withdraw immediately. Trigger, you can't fly for a while. You understand?
Matei o ex-presidente. Por que o Bolsonaro não estava a bordo?
The operation to rescue former President Harling has failed. Sadly, there is no hope he survived. Trigger, you are suspected of assassinating a former president. There will be an inquiry. There will most probably be a court-martial.
Putz, fedeu.